There was a point in time where Democrats used to lie to us and tell us that they did not want to take all the American citizens' guns away, that they were just after the assault weapons that were already banned on the streets, and we used to believe them. Just last year, former Vice President Joe Biden came out and said that he just wanted to take assault weapons and ghost guns.
Nothing I'm about to recommend in any way impinges on the Second Amendment. They're phony arguments suggesting that these are Second Amendment rights at stake from what we're talking about. And today I'm announcing several initial steps my administration is taking to curb this epidemic of gun violence. Much more need to be done, but the first, I want to rein in the proliferation of so-called ghost guns. These are guns that are homemade, built from a kit, that include directions on how to finish the firearm. You can go buy the kit. They have no serial numbers, so when they show up at a crime scene, they can't be traced. From the very beginning, you couldn't own any weapon you wanted to own. From the very beginning the Second Amendment existed, certain people weren't allowed to have weapons. So the idea is just bizarre to suggest that some of the things we're recommending are contrary to the Constitution.
But now the truth has come to light, and Jerry Nadler just said the quiet part out loud when he said, yes, we want to take all common guns off the streets that American citizens use.
Would anyone on the other side dispute that this bill would ban weapons that are in common use in the United States today?
Would the gentleman yield?
I would, for an answer to that question.
Yeah, that's the point of the bill.
So to clarify, Mr. Chairman, you're saying it is the point of the bill to ban weapons that are in common use in the United States today?
Yes, the problem is
if the gentleman will yield.
And there's no reason for me to argue with this, because he flat out just said, yes, we want to take all the guns off the street that are common guns that people use, which means legal, law-abiding citizens' guns that they hold. Yeah, we need to take those away. But I'm not going to have an argument against that. Dan Bishop, representative, Republican, came out and had a better argument than I can ever pretty much state.
What you suggest that this bill could possibly comply with what the Supreme Court has held in now 3 separate cases is absolutely absurd. You defy the Supreme Court of the United States in the same way the Democrats mounted massive resistance to Brown versus Board of Education. So we're going to explain that for the American people in the course of this hearing. The Democrats of the 1960s are the Democrats of the 2020s once again. So let's get on with it.
Mr. Chairman,
McDonald said, Heller points unmistakably to the answer. Self-defense is a basic right recognized by many legal systems from ancient times to the present. And the Heller court held that the individual's self-defense is the central component of the Second Amendment right. McDonald goes on, in Heller we recognize that the codification of this right was prompted by fear that the federal government would disarm and thus disable the militias, but we rejected the suggestion that the right was valued only as a means of preserving the militias. On the contrary, we stressed that the right was also valued because the possession of firearms was thought to be essential for self-defense. As we put it, self-defense was, quote, the central component of the right itself. And then in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association from just several weeks ago, the court wrote, for example, he's talking about Heller, they're talking about Heller, we found it, quote, fairly supported by the historical tradition of prohibiting the carrying of dangerous and unusual weapons, quote, close quote, that the Second Amendment protects the possession and use of weapons that are, quote, in common use at the time. Going on, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, 2022, nor does any party dispute that handguns are weapons in common use today for self-defense. So just as the chairman just acknowledged to me, this bill bans many types of weapons that are in common use in the United States today.
Honestly, this is a precursor to the things that they're going to do in the future. Because remember, these things are supposed to be conspiracy theories that the right make up to say that the Democrats are crazy and they're trying to take all your rights away, when in all actuality that the leftist politicians and the left in general is going crazy and they're trying to take your rights away. Because just how we said that they're trying to take your Second Amendment right away, and in this bill it kind of seems like they're trying to take your Second Amendment right away. Yeah, they're doing the same thing with your kids, because they're banning people from using the word groomer and pedophile on stuff like YouTube and Google, and at the same time telling you that they're not having individuals groom your kids, when clear examples show that teachers and other individuals are grooming your kids.
Hi TikTok! I use she, they pronouns, and a fun thing about me is yesterday I came out as trans to my whole family. Hi!
She is they them pronouns, and something you might not know about me is that I love flannels.
Hi TikTok, my name's Lolly, my pronouns are he, they, and a fun fact about me is that I have a girlfriend and my favorite animals are frogs.
Hi, my name is Mars. I use its pronouns, and I love pink and Lego.
Comment down below. Tell me, what do you believe? Do you believe your own lying eyes and ears and see the fact that they're trying to take your constitutional rights away? And can you see the fact they're trying to indoctrinate you with some type of crazy belief to even make it seem comfortable enough for you to groom your own kids to believe in some type of weird sexual morality or immorality in this case? But that's all I have for you today. I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another episode of the TJ Evans Show. Remember, like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the page, hit the bell for notifications, YouTube, Rumble, and also if you're on TikTok, go ahead and go to those other channels. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. Royal Family Studios. Peace.